What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, redoptionagency.com. 21 years, almost 22 years next month, selling full-time on eBay. Do you ever get one of those messages right when you need it the most? I got a remembrance on why I love doing, one of the reasons I love doing what I do. Let me read it for you, because it was perfect timing. The Howard Park on this hat is my father. It's a black hat. It says Howard Park on it with some kind of a heart type of logo. The Howard Park on this hat is my father. He died 5 years ago, and I plan to give this to my brother, Howard Park IV. Thank you for letting me buy this hat. That is one of the many reasons I love doing this, especially love picking up just stuff that everybody else would pass on. Who would pick up just a black ball cap that says Howard Park on it, not knowing anything about it? I would. And this ain't a first. This is one of a lot of emails over the past 22 years that I've gotten from people thanking me for finding an item or listing an item because it meant something personal to them. And I take great pride in the fact that something like this, nobody else would have bought. Nobody else would have took the time to list this on eBay. But I do. And that's the reasons. Sure, they're kind of, few and far apart, but it only takes one, Can you imagine how excited that brother's probably going to be to get that hat? So that's cool. No, I'm not crying. I just getting the eye boogers out. But, yeah. What's going on down here? All right. Let's see what happened yesterday. Alrighty. Yesterday I made it to only $766, but at least I made it to my little bit above my low end. So before we started the month, I was up like 16%. As I start the day, I'm down 5%. So today we are at $9.35. I'm at $134. So headed toward the low end of where I like to be at 10. Yesterday there was big blocks of nothing, like I think from like 3 to... No, I did most of the money between 10 a.m. and about 1. And then it kind of started slacking off again, and then there was a big window. I want to say between maybe 4 and 7 or 5 and 8. There was like a 3-hour window where nothing really came through. And then they started rolling again at about 8. But yesterday, at least the organic was a little bit better than it has been. 11 organic, 38 promoted for 49 items. This morning we were at 7 items, 6 promoted, 1 organic. All these red down numbers. All right. I shut down my computer last night and fixed that stamps issue so I could print quicker, less clicks. Let's see here. Where is my... Boom. Okay, that's better. All right. Let's check questions and comments. Let's have some fun with some negative people if there are any. Your stubbornness will be your downfall. Cross-listing and whatnot is the future. Time to adapt. You're driving yourself insane. Yeah, I don't see whatnot as being the future. I see it more as a fad because just like eBay auctions, it wears off with time. eBay auctions were the thing. How many people use eBay auctions now? Unless it's something great. Back in the day, we used eBay auctions for everything, and 100% of the items sold. Where's eBay auctions today? Next to nothing. That's what's going to happen to whatnot. Once this generation that's really into it now, and little bits of other generations, start getting tired because they realize that they're not making the money they should be making, that they're giving stuff away for next to nothing. See, the thing about auctions is you're only getting about a third of the value of the item if you buy it now on there. Right now, it's a new hip thing. Everybody's into it. Sure, it might be a way to grow some social media, if you will. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing bad about it. I'm just saying I don't see it as the future. I see it as part of the now, but I don't even see it as the now as a whole. It's a fad, I believe, that will kind of have its little spot. Sure. Like people who want to get rid of dead stock, or not dead stock, but just dead inventory, things like that, who want to give it away pretty much. The reason I wouldn't go on there is because you're giving stuff away. You basically have to give stuff away literally just to get people to follow you. And I see it as a fun thing, but that fun thing gets old when you realize, man, I just don't have the time for this. I don't have the energy for this. I'm giving my stuff away when I could be just sitting on it for a little bit longer. So it depends on situations and everything also, but I don't see it as the future, no. Cross-listing's not the future. It's always been a thing. It's just technology is part of the problem and the expensiveness of it. Because like some of those bigger companies, I mean, they want thousands of dollars a month or a big percentage of what you sell. And that's why I've never jumped on a lot of the companies that do cross-listing for you. That's what Vindu's trying to push now on me, is the enterprise, where it looks like they do the stuff for you. And I sent him an email and go, I'm not willing to pay over $70 a month just to put my stuff on Poshmark. Poshmark's too needy of a website to sell on. You have to dedicate too much time to it. And I'm not willing to spend over $70 a month just to put my stuff on there. So. Apache Junction, Arizona Goodwill made $5.2 million last year. And how many stores do they have? I have no idea. Sounds like you need a break. Do it. Another one. Apache Junction, Arizona made $5.2 million last year. How many stores do they have? I don't know. Google it if you need to know the answer. Can't beat yourself up for eBay having issues. It's already the slowest time of the year, which is actually a good thing. Good they are doing it now, but they haven't been doing it. They've been doing it for the past 2 years. So when it comes to the website, the bright side is hopefully it'll end one day soon. People are always sleeping on international vinyl and gospel vinyl. These two categories are huge for me. Hey, James, selling platforms can be challenging. You have been at this for a long time. Things are bound to change. When you are feeling overwhelmed, you will need to get on the bike and head to Creve Coeur. Yeah, I just been too deep into my head that I haven't even got on my bike. I am wasting my summer away. I was out there Sunday for a bit, just a beautiful day with some vitamin D. Don't stop the videos. They win if you let others dictate your work. Yeah, like I said, all this stuff don't bother me. It's just when I'm already feeling down, it just, when you're like down with my head the way it is like I was saying yesterday, I can get emotional real quick one way or the other, positive or negative. And when something negative is in front of me, it could set me off in a way, and not set me off like in a rage or anything, but like just a little bit, a step downward, if you will, even further type of thing. But when I'm fine, that stuff don't bother me at all. Because like I've said many times before, I had to grow up with the mentality of teaching myself, I am better than that. I am worth more than that. But just building my confidence up to escape the situation I grew up in and my surroundings. Because if I didn't, then the drugs, turning to selling drugs or robbing and stuff would have been right there for me. And I always just told myself, no, I'm better than that. I don't need, building up your own self-confidence and your own self-worth. So I got it in me. It's just when I'm having those mentally weak times in my life, which hopefully I'm getting to the end of with, just the overwhelming feeling of death and stuff, So I handle it a lot better when I talk about it, at least. There, I just got a little watery, no tear. But, it's getting there, Fern was the big blow for me. But, see, I'm not there yet. Fern was a big blow for me because what he did for me. At the time he came into my life, because I was at one of those low points. Probably one of the lowest, because I was so overwhelmed with business, Jan's health. My brother just died, taking care of my brother or my dad. And, getting into taking care of an elder parent is hard when you first time in, if you do this in the future for your parents, if you're younger here or whatever, or even older, and your parents are still around, the first 2 years are going to be brutal. They are going to be brutal. At least for me, they were brutal. Accepting what's happening. They're dying in front of you. And you don't see that when you're interacting with them, because you're helping them, you're reminiscing, whatever, bringing back memories. But when you get in your quiet time, where you're doing your thing, or you're falling asleep at night or whatever, that's when it starts kicking in. It starts beating you up, and you start realizing. So when Fern came into my life, I was down. Then that kid in me came back. Because I got the dog I always wanted. Ever since I was a kid. St. Bernard. And on top of that, his playfulness and energy was perfect for what I needed. You know, I don't like those hyper overactive dogs. That's just too much for me. I like more calming, who's willing to play at a drop of a hat when all you have to do is go and they'll start playing. Those are my type of dogs. That's Courtney and that was Vern. But Vern had that extra energy where he would, what's funny, Courtney didn't really have that. The Vern had this energy where he could start it, right? He would just look at you and he would just start playing, right? Courtney never had that. Now that Vern's gone, Courtney's got that. I'll be sitting there yesterday. I'm sitting here taking pictures, and she's never done this before Vern or even during Vern. Did she do it during Vern? I don't think so. It was after Vern was gone. She'll just stand there. She'll be like, ruff, ruff. And she'll just start like doing little chirps at me. And I'll like, what? And she'll start to play. You know, she never had that before. So now she's got that little energy burst to start things off. But it came from Vern. So he was like, what I needed when I needed it. I think that's why I'm having such a hard time with it. Because when, like, listen, this house is dead, silent. When I didn't mean to go down this road, I'm sorry. When it's just me working from home and everybody else works out of the home. Like a good example is during COVID. Jan and Alex, since they worked pharmacy, they were out of the house. But Adrian was working from home. My dad was here. TV would be blaring because he can't hear, right? So there's sound and there's energy playing. And then we've always had 2+ pups in the house. Before Vern, we had the 2 Greyhound girls and Courtney. So there was 3 at that time, and then Amy died, so then there was Jenny and Courtney. And then when Jenny died, Courtney was only alone for less than a month when Vern came into the picture. So, but then my dad was still here, and the house had energy. And that's just me and Courtney, and it's just kind of, you know, she's a lot more low-key than Vern was. Getting used to that is hard. I'm trying to take advantage of it mentally, like relaxing, you know. I don't have nobody to take care of. I don't have to worry about anything. So, and prepare myself because she's probably only got 2 years left, you know. So, and I don't want, for the foreseeable future, I want it to be dead silent. I need it to be dead silent. So maybe I am compensating for the action and stuff by letting eBay affect me more than it should, the issues on the website. Like I'm creating artificial excitement, if you will. If that makes sense. Maybe. I don't know. Just another theory, you know. I'm full of millions of theories. But, I don't know, maybe. Where was I going with that? I don't know. life's different. Life's different. So just adjusting to do all people go through this as they age, you know? Your family dies off. If you're one of the last few remaining, you know? Or last ones remaining. Maybe it's a natural thing I'm going through. You're just seeing it on camera. Instead of me just being housed up in my house by myself. You know, I am putting myself out there for the world to poke fun at, make fun of, and laugh at. Ha ha! Simpsons voice. But I don't know. It's just... it's an adjustment period. You know? Adjustment period. Maybe that's a nice word for everything right now in life for me. The eBay issues, website issues, dealing with death. It's all adjustment era. I'm in the adjustment era right now. I'm wading through the adjustment era. I should write that down real big. Adjustment era. It ain't the attitude era. The attitude era was when I was probably like 15 through 25. That was my attitude era. Now I'm in the adjustment era. Hopefully the next one's not the old ass era. Let's see. What if you use Vindu for only your new listings? You continue to list because unfortunately, I still wouldn't be able to use the delist because it won't pull over even just a part of my listings. It just errors out and says I have too many. On the last email I sent him, I go, and he hasn't gotten back to me. He was getting back to me quick. I go ahead and just cancel my account. And then I laid it out. If I can't even pull over just some of my store so I can use the delist, I really have no use for it. I have to use the delist or it would be too much work to end 50 items a day manually, you know, which is, and when eBay's working, it's not 50, it's 75 to 100 items a day manually, and I'm not doing that. Like I said, when eBay's flowing, there's nothing better than eBay when it's working properly because you will get all the sales you need. The quick moving stuff will be, I mean, even the stuff you don't expect to move quick will fly. The beginning of June when it was working perfect for me. I mean, if you go back and watch those videos, I remember saying many times, I just put this up, quick flip. I can't believe this sold so quick. You know, things like that. Where now, again, we're back into even the new stuff I put up, which is decent, are not even getting offers. So, and like nothing's jumped. There's one item here that's kind of newer. And a couple of vinyl. So about 3 items that were put up recently. So, but when eBay's working, I have no time for other websites. So if I wanted to take advantage of the downtime right now by cross-listing, I would need that delist for when it gets back roaring again. Because that would be an extra hour plus into my day that would be a waste, in my opinion. One thing I have learned in 65 years is you are a reflection of the people and attitudes you surround yourself with. My life changed for the better when I turned my back on the ones dragging me down and drew myself closer to the people who are positive, understanding, and uplifting. And see, I totally believe in that. That's why I hate... all my life, I've always been the person to bring everybody up. And now that I'm down, I look around and it's an empty house, right? I have nobody there to help me when I'm at the most. I mean, And the last thing I want to do is impose anything on Jan. She's worked so much and stuff. She don't need the extra stress. And every once in a while, I'll say, I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling that way. And then I'll get a hug, and she'll try to talk about something to bring me out of it, right? So, but I try not to. When she comes home, it's my thing is enjoy your ornaments, sit down, watch TV, get off your feet. That's my concern is making sure she's not overstressing her body out, because if she overstresses her body, then all of her autoimmune stuff starts kicking in and she can go downhill. So I don't want that. So when she's here, it's trying to get her to relax. So my focus is on her. So, and it's not about how I'm feeling. And then there's a quiet house again. So when I'm having my thoughts, all I have is myself and Courtney, and then reading your guys' comments. That's literally all I have. So, and I thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's just, But like I was saying, I've always been that person to try to bring everybody up, wanted to be the positive surroundings, just in case somebody else was having a bad time. When I do go out and ride my bike, I'm smiling at everybody, just in case they're having a bad day. Plus, I'm enjoying myself. And so I hate when I am the person who's looking around for a voice. I don't want to be that person. But it's hard when you don't even have a voice to turn to, so. It takes a little bit longer to get through, I guess. Don't be a slave to the grind. eBay and YouTube demand daily consistency that can make you feel like you always have to feed the beast. Feed the beast to me is a positive term. I use that term when eBay's rolling, because you feel like you are feeding it, because every time you can list 10 items, one item will sell or get attention or get an offer. And I love feeding the beast. It's when the beast refuses to eat and you're constantly feeding it. Go bike riding. It will be a workout. Yes, I need to get back outside. Don't let haters get under your skin. They're not worth the time and energy. Of course not. You're doing an amazing job, and I've learned it every day. And if you don't feel like doing a video, then don't tomorrow. Or if you don't feel like doing a video, then don't. Tomorrow is another day, my friend. Well, I chatted with eBay Tech about issues I'm having with the site. This was the lovely reply. Personally, I can understand that we have a lot of system issues happening here on eBay, and it's because we are a website that caters 100 plus countries, and system issues cannot be avoided due to system bugs. However, our technical team is doing their best to fix it for the members. I know that we are far from being perfect online selling business, but we always make sure to cater the needs of our members. Far from being a perfect online selling company. I got a response on one of my old shoe videos from, how long ago was that?
All right, welcome.
12 years ago. Talking about a pair of shoes. Same place I got mine at was Foot Locker back in the day, boss. Goodness, I freaking miss the good old days when we could still get them good old J's at the mall. That's true. It's funny when I get a random message from my old shoe videos. Like about 6,000 of my subs are old shoe people. So a lot of them don't watch my videos. There's a few that do, that I know of that do. But a lot of the people, they don't even get notifications when I upload a video, because they're so old. And I know YouTube over the years have changed their thing where you don't get the notifications unless you unsubscribe and resubscribe. So. Just block out the haters If it bothers you that much, either ignore their comments or block them from leaving comments. I leave them out there for entertainment. When it don't bother me, it's more entertainment. That's why I just leave them. As far as eBay goes, a year from now, these server errors might be a huge positive for you. Yeah, I'm hoping. It will drive competitors out of business. It will discourage new sellers from continuing. If they don't drive themselves out of business first. A year from now, you will have much less competition than you do right now. Ain't that the truth? There's so many sellers dropping because of the eBay issues, because they can't hang in there. Because hanging in there right now, you have to adapt. So when the eBay site is back working perfectly, hopefully it will, the people who do make it through are going to be a hell of a lot stronger. And they're going to be benefited from surviving. So I'm telling you right now, I should be $1,200 every day, 7 days a week. So once it does hit that, when you don't have those 9, 10, 11, 12 hours of blank on eBay with 50,000 items, hopefully that is the future back to normal and not a redesigned, fabricated eBay. Well, we're blocking you out here because, all the conspiracy theories. Hopefully they are not come to fruition, if you will. Hey, bud, just wanted to drop a note and stress how important your videos are for me. I have been on eBay for 20 years, and I always watch every video of yours. Thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Many YouTube resellers are fluffing everything. You discussing eBay issues allow me to know it's not just me. Keep up the good work. Don't mind the hate toss. Don't mind the hate toss. I don't. Like I said, it's just the cherry on top when you're having a bad day, right? Praying for you, brothers. Sorry for the pain. I know it's easier said than done to ignore the idiots, the negative idiots. But remember, they are still idiots. 21 years full-time on eBay is only a dream for most, and yet here you are still rocking it. I got to show Jan. Jan signed into her YouTube, but it just says user, and then got all these words behind it. I'm going to have to help her get her YouTube account switched over to her name and stuff. But she says, thanks to all who watched my crazy hobby extravaganza. Hope to have a few arrangements made and a little more organization done. It's a lot of fun and gives me a break from CVS. She says eBay and CVS, but I'm going to exchange that eBay word for Goodwill at CVS. She hasn't taken pictures for me in like over a month and a half or so. So she's been slacking on the picture taking. You've got some popular Latin artists in there. Could you please do a video on how you package and ship records? I do them every day right here. All right, that's enough. Thank you guys for all the wording and stuff. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Like I said, in a quiet house, all I have are my voices and puppy noise. Courtney snoring. She's getting older, so she's sleeping more. And if I can fill some of the voices in my head with your guys' wording, then that just makes it that much better. So. All right, let's get going. Let's get ready to ship some orders. That should be like an intro. I could do that. Let's get ready to ship some orders. And then hits into the Van Halen Hot for Teacher. All right, let's try that. Maybe I can cut it and use it at the beginning of every video. Let's get ready to ship some order. All right, we're going to cut that and put it at the beginning of every video. Okay, maybe not. All right, let's go. First one right out of the gate. We got a Larry Gatlin. Without the Gatlin brothers, because he don't need them, because they suck and was holding him back, said the record label. Ooh, there's an extra record in here. Kenny Rogers, Kenny. I think I will leave that in there for you. A little bonus. If you like Larry Gatlin, I'm sure you like Mr. Kenny Rogers. Now and forever. Headed to Canada. Oh, Canada. Not my home and native land, but I'll sing the song. Sorry. Sold for $4. Headed to Canada. No disrespect meant there. Let's get ready to ship some orders. Come on, tape. It's like curling the opposite way. Alright, Larry Gatlin, I'm going to Parachute. Parachute by Larry Gatlin. Ooh, that's a 1-1. Maybe I shouldn't have left that record in there. Dang. Now it's biting me in the butt. Trying to be nice, and it's biting me in the butt. If this is over 19, that record's coming out. Okay, it's the same price, $15.49. All right. Well, I think it would have been $9.99. Oh well. Oh well. You were being nice, James. If it costs you a few extra dollars, so be it. So be it. Being nice has no monetary value. Next up, headed to Canada again. We've got... No wonder he didn't ship these two. He just pulled them. Under Armour. Headed to Canada. Sold for $12. Boink. 8x6x4 are my boxes for my hats. Everybody always asks. My stomach is just being loud. I had Lion's Choice last night. Wasn't bad. If you don't have Lion's Choice where you are, because I think it's a St. Louis restaurant, but I don't know how far out they reach. Lion's Choice is roast beef. It's not actual lion. Even though I wonder what lion tastes like. But then again, I wonder what human tastes like. Does that make me crazy? I mean, if we were stranded in a plane crash and I had no food except dead bodies, I'm going to eat you to survive. Now, I wouldn't go to a restaurant just to eat human. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that much of a sicko. I wouldn't like cut you up and put you in my freezer or anything like that. Well, if we were stranded and had nowhere to go in a plane crash, like that soccer team or whatever. I'll eat your dead body. I won't kill you to eat you, but I'll eat your dead body. You know, they always look at like that as being like a bad thing, and that's obvious because they want society to be more proper, right? But wonder way back in Neanderthal days and stuff if they did not eat other humans, especially if you died, you know, or if they found it dead. I mean, I'm sure there was still respect for your family members when they died, like burial type of thing, because there's animals out there that will bury their dead. I can't remember what they were. I vaguely remember watching a Discovery show or something where there are animals or creatures that will bury their dead relatives. Because if you think about it, like a dog eating a chicken's kind of weird. Tom, I'm trying to make a video here. But if you think about things are only weird because of the society we live in and the rules that are put into place. Because if you think about some other societies across the world, like who eat things that we think is like weird, or people or there's societies that worship cows when we eat cows, right? So it just depends on the society you're living in as to what's really weird or acceptable or whatever, which is kind of brainwashing if you think about it. That's why I'm open to everything as long as you're not hurting somebody else, right? So, because I try not to go by with just what's taught in society. Of course, you try to stick with the society you live in just to be, but I don't look down upon anybody who has any types of other beliefs or anything, just because who's to say mine's not right or wrong? Who's to say mine's not wrong? Just because the society I live in says it's wrong, that doesn't mean it's wrong. That just means you were told it was wrong. But was it really? I keep forgetting about this medium male thing. God, I got to check first class first. Like that one, 375 to go, not first class, but the new terminology. All right, so it's only 375. But then I have to put in the dimensions. Ground advantage. Except for like the last year, about 3 years prior, because the prices would change consistently, and they still do, but first class and media was always swapping. Like sometimes first class would be cheaper in certain locations, and then they would up the first class, and then the media mail would be cheaper. Then they would raise the media mail, so then it went back to some first class was cheaper. So now we're back into that realm again. So the next raising of prices is not going to be media mail, it's going to be ground advantage, which will put all media back to being the cheapest again. Then they'll raise media, and then we're going to keep having that flip-flop back and forth probably. Just like they've done once before, or many times before. All right, Chantel somebody. I'm going to try to pronounce it, but For You CD promo single. Sold for $9, headed to Ava Maria, Florida. That one day that eBay was so bad, I put the posts out there. I literally went 24 hours without selling a CD. I averaged 14 CDs a day sales. And I had that one day where eBay was really off. I think it was that Friday. I don't remember. I sold literally 0 CDs in that day. That's never happened in my entire history on eBay because I started with CDs. I've never had a day where I did not sell at least 1 CD until recently. And I have 13,000 plus CDs listed. And sell an average of 14 a day. How messed up was that? Oh, I forgot to check the first class again. See, I got to get back into the swing of doing this. With a year straight of media mail being the cheapest, I got to train myself again. Another Canada. Just yesterday I go, man, I used to sell a lot of stuff to Canada. Why am I not selling nothing to Canada? Here's number 3, number 4. So we got 4 Canadian orders. We got in Australia. No, there's another Canada. So 3, yeah, so 4. We got in Australia, France, Germany, Australia, Slovenia. I got more internationals than I do US orders. That is odd as hell. Interesting. Okay, maybe not. Maybe even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 US. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. International. That is odd. Wow. Interesting. Anyway, going to Canada. Blade Danger. Video game strategy guide. And it sold for $17. Interesting. That's the way my international should look. And then my US is what's... So the US eBay is, I think, the one letting me down. And the international ones have picked up, which is weird. But I wonder how many of these were on international sites compared to eBay US. So I guess that is the question. There's 1, at least 2. Okay, so only 2 of them were on international eBay sites. So they were all on the US site. Okay. But still odd that... So it's like a lot of people in the US not seeing my listings. But yet some internationals now are seeing them more. I don't know. Odd. Or maybe it was just an anomaly. Anomaly. All right. We've got an odd-shaped package here. So we got 15 by 12. We got 1 again. And used book should be sufficient enough. 16.79. 1. How much did I charge them for shipping? $9.99. I'm gonna have to up that because this is going to be $15. So I lost $5, but that's all right. So it says $16.79. Make that $11.79. So far. Nose itch. Man, my sinus have been bad lately. I guess said pollen was up, and then I had the really bad sinus. So I guess pollen's like a really bad one for me. All right, Billy Joe Spears Sunshine cassette sold for $4.20. Head to Hayden, Idaho. Why are you up here? You know, it's kind of disturbing. I have not got those mailers yet. I hope that's not their normal lead time when you order stuff. Because that will be part of the review. They should have been here yesterday. Because when if I order mailers, I want my mailers. I don't want to have to wait several days for the mailers. That could be a downfall. Next up, MC Ren, same old shiznit. Cassette single, headed to Australia, sold for $12. And I need some halos. Going to Australia. Do they eat kangaroo in Australia? I wonder. I guess they do. I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do, actually, when I think about it. To me, that would seem weird. Why do you eat kangaroo? And that's like your nation's animal. Custom forms, $12. Here comes Tom again. Riding on my way. He be rolling, cutting grass. He be rolling, sitting on his ass. He be rolling. Return delivered. Here's one more. Have we had any sales since I've started the video? Boom, boom, boom. I haven't had any in 23 minutes. Next up, multiple orders. We got, are you ready? Hey, hey, for a final lot? Yeah. Headed to Nashville, Tennessee. Sold for $18.18. We've got Laurie Anderson, Old Superman. And we've got two of vinyls I put up not too long ago. Somebody made a comment I read yesterday. I didn't get that far down, I guess. Go, man, you sell a lot of vinyl, even some of the vinyl that's hard to move or crappy vinyl or something they said. I don't remember exactly. But this is kind of an indication of just lower vinyl that's out there all over the place. I pass up most of the time unless I buy a huge lot. Johnny Mathis. So I got two Johnny Mathis in this lot with a Laurie Anderson. Sold for $18.18. So there you go. Kind of reminiscent of that statement he made, whether he used the term crappy or whatever term he used. Basically indicating common records that are just out there for them, out there in the masses, if you will. Perfect indication. Perfect indication. It's my new song. Perfect indication. Perfect indication. Why didn't you type that 1.5.4? Media mail. Media mail. I'm gonna check first class on something like this. I'm sure the ground can't be cheaper than this media mail, but let's check. 1, 15.4. Nope, of course not. Of course not, James. That would just be silly. But you gotta check because you never know with these new prices. I didn't pay attention. So next up, another Canada order. I like it when I get all these international stuff. Now if I can just get more US than international, but still get a decent amount of international, that's where I would be. That's my happy spot. That's my happy home. Don't be greedy, James. Enjoy what you got. Okay. We've got a Star Wars t-shirt. New with tags. Headed to Canada. That's a country, just in case you didn't know. Or Providence. Or what is Canada's a country? No, South America. No, North America's a country. No, U.S. is a country. I'm not good with geography. All right, and that's all for $10.50. My geography growing up was, what's around that corner? What's around that corner? If I go one more street over, what is that like? Do I get beat up or is that nice houses? That's my geography. Star Wars t-shirt. Polybag t-shirt. 10.48. 5.6. 5.6. No, not 56. 5.6. Next up, we've got Toronto Raptors, new era cap. Headed to France. Parlez-vous Hamama? Toronto, Canada. And sold for $10. $10, I make you holla, 'cause I'm a cheap whore. I'm a cheap whore. $10, I make you holla, 'cause I'm a cheap whore. I'm a cheap whore. Toronto Raptors. Hat box. Give me a hat box, yeah, hat box. Give me a hat box, yeah, hat box. And give me a hat box, yeah, hat box. Give me a hat box. Give me a hat box. Oh, I don't want to get your code. You and your stinking codes. Your communist codes. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call them. Instead of harmonization code, they're not the harmonization code anymore. They're the communist code. Yeah. Damn commies. Sound like one of the old people from years ago. Damn commie bastards. They just do this so they can control everything. They want to know what's coming into their country. What happened to the free world? I shouldn't need no stinking passport to travel the world. This is a free world. The dinosaurs, they didn't have no damn passports. Yeah, but where are they now? That's not the point. You don't see no birds flying, carrying passports. But when I get on that plane, I best have a passport. Next up, T-Mac Racing T-shirt. Sold for $9.50. Headed to Johnsontown, Pennsylvania. Johnsontown, Pennsylvania. Johnsontown, Pennsylvania. I think my only stop in Pennsylvania was a Walmart parking lot. And that's because we were on a bus going to New York and they changed drivers in a Walmart parking lot. Oh, this stinks. You got to put in a freaking size for this? Come on now. Why? Why? That's too much time. Why? That's too much time. Why? That's too much time. It says why? This next hat has been in my store for like 4 years plus. Of course, I've ended and sold similar many times within those 4 years. But the kind of an item that goes by the old adage, if you will, just leave it, it'll sell. Graceland hat. Headed to Germany, of all places. Sold for $12. Good thing I had free listings. What would have that cost me if I would have had to pay 5 cents for 4 years? 0.05 times 12 equals 60 cents times 4, $2.40. I still would have made money. All right. Graceland hat, click on the right thing. Graceland hat, click on the right thing. Click on the right thing. $11.99. $11.99. Are you out of your mind? And you need a code again? You need a communist code. Yeah. You need a communist code. Yeah. You need a communist code. Oh. You need a communist code to ship the item. You need a communist code. Yeah. You need a communist code. Yeah. I need a communist code. Oh. I need a communist code. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Ground advantage. Ground advantage. If it was really an advantage, it'd be a lot cheaper. Huh. Ground advantage. Ground advantage should only cost me $1. Like the Chinese people get to ship stuff here for $1. Why can't I ship something for $1? It's not fair. It's not fair. China can ship their junk, their crappy junk here for $1. But I can't ship something good to my neighbor for $1. This item always sells, so I always grab them when I find them. And it's the Serta sheeps. Number 5 is this one. And a hair tickling my nose. Serta sheep. Sold for $7. Headed to Heath, Ohio. I want to ship something for $1. It's not fair. $1. I want my shipping to be $1. I'm going to start a shipping service. And everything's just going to be $1. Then everybody will use me. And I'll make tons of money. If I can find a way to keep my costs down anyway. I'll pay all my employees $1 an hour. Wait, never mind. That won't work. Boom, 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 boom. Why do I put in the size every time I do something. Dad. It's not fair. I wonder if I can edit my template thing so it puts in a size. Next up we've got Headed to Australia. We've got X-Men Marvel's Morph action figure. Headed to Australia, sold for $12.60. I remember when you used to be able to make money from Ross stuff. That was at Ross. I didn't buy it there. I got this at the Goodwill. Or actually probably from the friend of mine who I buy toys from. So I probably had like $1 into it. Australia, $12.60. $12.60.
Ooh, let's try you.
Let's try to say you. Oh yes, you worky. You worky. You worky. You worky. Yeah. Right there. Let's get you taped up. I know how to tape boxes. I've had lots of practice. Used to kidnap people back in the day. Duct tape them up. Hold them ransom for like millions of dollars. Okay, I did not do that. I might have made that story up. Just trying to be more popular with the kidnappers out there. Can't fault me for that, can ya? Gotta be nice with the kidnappers so they don't kidnap you. Gotta act like you're one of them. Don't ask me. I don't know. I only work here. All right. We got a box. We got an odd-shaped box. So let's see here. We got 11 by 8 by 5. 11 by 8 by 5. That sounds like a song. Maybe I could sing. Sure. Maybe I could sell that song just like Chicago or something. 11 by 8 by 5. Sounds like it could be a good song. Action figure toy. Is that detailed enough for you? Are you going to need a communist code? All right, 1260. 1423. Where is it going? I forgot. I already forgot where it's going. Nope, no communist code. Australia, yeah. You don't need a code for Australia. All right, let me check my prices. That was $16. I should have charged you 20. Oh, I should charge you 23. All right. Made some bonus money on that one. Bonus money! Yay! Bonus money! I love the bonus money, yeah. Love the bonus money, yeah. GG, original Broadway cast. On vinyl, so for $6.30, headed to Sikeston, Missouri. That's down there near Marcusville. Down there near Dixon's Pickinsville. I do believe, right? He's in Cape Girardeau. Sikeston's 30 minutes on the other side of Cape. Down there in Rachel Stricklandville, too. Going to Misty. Medium ale, 13.5. Oh, that was a cha-ching. I didn't even comprehend that cha-ching. Till like late. All right, next up we've got... Well, I'm lacking hats today, huh? We got a men's polo shirt. Sold for $6. Headed to Miami, Florida. I heard a clunk. Could be maybe a parcel being dropped off, but I didn't hear a truck pull up. Maybe it was a quiet truck, like an Amazon. Oh, stop it. 8-1, Miami, Florida. You don't want to put in the dimensions, Dad. Next up, going to Slovenia. Slovenia. We got a Van Morrison CD, which needs a new tray. New tray, we need a new tray here today. New tray, we need a new tray here today. Are all of my trays being used? Are all of my trays being abused? There's a tray right here today. We need a new tray, Van Morrison going to Slovenia. And it sold for $4. That's it. $4. Slovenia, we send you a CD today. Slovenia, we send you a CD your way. 38. Oh, you need a communist code for a CD. You need a communist code for a CD. Oh, communist code for a CD. Oh, there we go. Quick, easy, fast. Communist code. The communist code. Communist code. And buy a label. Print a label. Print again a label. Print again a label. Finally prints a label. And the last one to ship out is going to Gene. Going to Gene. In Clayton, Missouri. Not too far away. Sold for $5. We've got a Cardinals hat pin. If it's going to focus in on that or not. Oh, there we go. Still blurry, but you get the picture. Yeah, that's when you fell for the leader of the pack. Next up, we've got 1 ounce. All right, parcel post. Oh, can I just click that? Will it let me do it? Oh, it will. Awesome. I didn't have to click the service. But it sent it. Nice. I didn't have to put in dimensions. That was kind of a cheat code. Wonder if it's got the dimensions even on here. It does not. It just says 1 pound. So you don't really need the dimensions, it appears. Just a number of ounces. All right, that works. I guess, unless the dimensions have always just been in the... Let me check these high packages that I know you have to do dimensions. Ground advantage too. Maybe you don't need dimensions for ground advantage. That could be an advantage to shipping. Printing quickly, I should say. All right, where are we at? I don't remember where we were, but we're at 175 right now at 1047. So, suck my toe all the way to Mexico. While you're there, cut your hair, put it down your underwear. End of day. Let me see if I need to print up 2 or not. Yes, I do. So 11 in 24 hours, got 15 international orders. That's got to be a record. Wow. 15 international orders in 24 hours. Okay. Well, at least now I know other countries are seeing my stuff, at least for now. So that's a positive. And they're pretty widespread too. Australia, Canada, Slovenia, France. So there's a positive. And for US, there's Courtney! She hears the printer. What's up, baby girl? And for US, 37. 37 US and 15 internationals going out. Biggity bam. That's the baby girl. He's my baby girl. She knows when I load up the truck, she goes outside with me. And then she gets a treat when I leave for the post office. She knows what time it is. She knows what time it is. It's baby girl time. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Later.